On. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to FAST-ATHON 2025. I'm Robblehead. I have returned for another hosting schedule, and I have with me here Howlin' Mad Mike, who is going to be running Prince of Persia. Howlin' Mad Mike, would you like to take it away?
Pardon, sorry, the game audio is a bit loud. Say again? Okay.
Will I just restart the whole intro for you, Mike?
No, I heard everything up until the last second where you asked me something.
I'm asking if you'd like to take it away.
Absolutely, sorry. That was such a benign question, and God's law, I didn't hear it. Hello, yes, I'm Howling Mad Mike, and this is a late addition to the FAST-ATHON schedule, and this is Prince of Persia MS-DOS. Very, very, very popular game of its time, released for practically every system. There's like, you have the original MS-DOS, there's an Amiga version, Atari ST version, there's a NES version, a SNES version, a Mega Drive version. You name it, anything around in the early 90s probably had a version of the original Prince of Persia. It has a bit of a reputation of being a difficult game, somewhat warranted because the controls are a little odd. It's not really like it. If played Flashback or Another World, not dissimilar, but the controls are very much kind of built in, a really strongly built-in mechanic. It will, they're all there. You have lots of, for example, I can do a little step or I can do a leap, but the game's very particular about how it lets you do these certain things. This is the any percent category. We have a 35-minute estimate. That should hopefully be very fine. But this game is very punishing. You will die a lot. And the main gimmick of the game, you are the Prince of Persia. The evil Grand Vizier Jafar is going to marry the princess unless you can get to her in less than an hour. And that is an hour real time as well, which was a pretty cool gimmick for this game. We're going to get to her, all going well, long before then. I also need to just explain, because there's going to be a lot happening in level 1. You are initially, as we're going to, you have this little pit here. I haven't started yet. And if we go to the right, we'll have a guard, and we don't have, he has got a sword. We don't have a sword. We don't need a sword, thanks to a very tricky little setup. So just bear that in mind. To get the sword, you're supposed to transition about 5 screens left. It takes about 2 minutes. We can actually skip the sword. Every other skip I can pretty much explain on the fly, but this is going to go pretty quick, and I do need audio cues to get the sword skip properly. So if you're ready on time, we will go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So the first thing we do is immediately restart the level, because that allows us to skip like a little animation break. I'm going to be quiet for a second here. No, I was a little slow there, but that's fine. And there we go. We have clipped through the guard. We do not need the sword. You may have, the more eagle-eyed of you may have noticed, I also disabled sound. That just makes the game go faster. There's supposed to be a little fanfare between levels. Right, and we don't actually, we have all these...
Eagle-eared.
We have all these enemies. We do not bother fighting the vast majority of them, because we can... If you're super brave, you can jump and kind of clip through them as we did for the sword skip. I am not quite at that level to do it live at an event yet. Because this is a super, super technical game at the highest level. And a lot of the strats to go for world record would be very, very unsafe for a marathon. So I've kind of been recently just working on what I feel is a relatively marathon safe... don't stab me! So basically, I'll just clip through them, stab them once, and I'm going to be a bit of a coward here. It's going to be a bit of a time loss, but I'm going to have the safety chug. Very scary jump here. It's very, very scary when it wants you to kind of really actively get close to an enemy. But we have skipped past him. We can do a couple jumps here. There's a few ominous holes in the floor. Yes, they are spikes. Yes, we will die if we... It's very odd. The game... doesn't, this is how kind of the sword skip works. The game doesn't register I bumped the wall just to cancel out an animation there. But the game, you can't register damage if you're in a jump animation. Very scary jump coming up here. That saves about 4 seconds. And that is the end of level 2. Level 3 gets a bit mean. There's a handful of levels in this game that are very, very, very punishing. And level 3 for the first time player is probably... this is the one that's going to probably suck up about 20 minutes of your time, because you've got to make... it's a horrible game mechanic, but you've got to kind of make a bit of a leap of faith here, while also not falling off the platform completely. So we jump, we slow down. These are all spaced just far enough just to make it incredibly awkward. That is raising a gate. And we now have a race to make the gate. You do move slightly faster when you jump. But there we are, we have made the gate. Nice little setup here. 3 jumps will always get you to the optimal distance to immediately climb up this second one. 2 quick jumps will get you through that little slicer. We'll see a lot more of them. Nice. Getting the little turn and hitting the plate there is actually a lot harder than it looks. But now we're just racing to the exit of level 3. There is still one little obstacle in the way, though. And that's not it. That ominous pile of bones, yeah, that's actually a skeleton, but we don't need to bother fighting him. We can just scoot on past. Little jump here, we clip through the wall just ever so slightly. I am told that is not the fastest way to exit the level, but I don't care. Level 4, we have a big skip coming up here. This is not the intended route, but by getting myself in a very specific position, I can bait the guard to release the gate for me. That saves about a minute and a half. We do a little dance past him. Hopefully he doesn't stab me in the back. He doesn't. A few little jumps here. At the most optimal level, if you're really feeling like insanely brave, you will just skip this guard and then come back to him and just nudge him out the way. But for reasons we will see shortly, I would prefer not to do that. Again, trying to just run and jump wherever I can and or remember to do it. Immediate turnaround, I just walk back so I don't get minced. Really horrible puzzle the first time you play. You can only get through that mirror by jumping through it. It took me about 5 minutes to figure that out. Right, level 5 also has a pretty big skip. Not very consistent. The setup is consistent, just the actual chances of getting it are not. But we do 2 jumps back, we turn around, we put our sword back. Oh no, it's first time. So what I did there was I basically tricked the game into thinking I was still in combat. It didn't load this screen and it just allowed me to basically just clip through the gate. Don't stab me. Look, I'm going to stab you once and run away. To get that trick, however, what you have to do is hit the left key, or back, in a entirely consistent manner. So that's why I just went quiet for a little second there. If you don't hit it at a solid rhythm, the skip just doesn't work. Level 6 doesn't really have anything major behind it. Just it's quite a short level actually, but it just has some fairly difficult platforming. For example, if you just jump over that, you will the spikes will get you. Here we have this rather rotund gentleman. We just scare him off enough so we can just go through the gate. When I first started speedrunning this game, somebody told me you'd be surprised at how little combat you do, and they were not lying. At the start of level 7, you drop down. Yes, you have to grab the platform. If you do not, you will just repeatedly fall to your death. I may die here. No, I just skipped through it. That's nice. Got to get my position right here. I'm a little nervous because my health is not quite as high as I would like it to be. Because we have another skip coming up here, and it will gobble 1 health off me. If this guard hits me, though, we may have to do the level again. Okay, thank you very much. Right, we're going to have a little drink of this. Bump the wall, turn back, jump, and we clip through a gate. That saves around 30-40 seconds. Hopefully this guard will let me just clip past him rather than knocking me down. He does. He gets a cheap hit on me, but that's fine. I'm going to do these a little safer than I normally may. Because dying on levels 7, 8 and 9 are very time costly. Here we have this little innocuous potion we saw right at the start of the level. That allows us to levitate, so we can just float down, boop this little platform here, do that one that conveniently opens the exit gate, and we are already on level 8, which I have very fondly called Hell. I hate level 8. Level 8 is an absolute pig, casually, in this game. There is a skip you can do here, and it is a massive time save, but the problem is that it's very, very... You could literally spend 10-15 minutes trying to get it and never getting it. So it's a horrible level, but I just prefer to, for the moment at least, marathon-wise, to just do it the way the devs... It's one of the few levels actually do the way the devs intended.
Boo. Boo, Mike.
Oh, boo yourself.
Can't believe you're telling us about these really difficult tricks to do and not showing us.
If I could do it consistently, I would, but even the highest level players, I think somebody told me the world record holder can only has a success rate with it about 30% of the time. And
Wow.
I could lose a lot of time just trying to do it. It does save...
Percent of runs reset.
Yes, exactly. The world record for this, incidentally, is around, if I recall, about 12 minutes, 50 seconds or something, which is just absolutely insane. Hopefully this guy does not get a cheap hit on me, because it makes you enter the room right next to this guy, and sometimes he will just immediately wail on you. Right, nice. Got a little running section here. As long as you maintain full pace, you'll be fine. Jump over here. Another little jump. That's not the end of the scary parts yet. If you're wondering why sometimes I go slow, this game does sometimes like to stack inputs. And that's very scary when you're next to these chompers. But we get him to do we get that to do our dirty work for us. Now I'm going to be taking this section pathetically slowly, because I really would not want to die at this point. And the little inching controls sometimes have the habit of inching you for no apparent reason straight into them. So we're just gonna... That's fine. There we go. Right, cool. Right, and oh no, the gate is shut. What can we do? We can't access the platform to raise it anymore. Oh, it's okay. A mouse will come and rescue us. The mouse is alluded to in the cutscene before, but no, the game does not tell you that the mouse will rescue you. You can do a massive jump to get across both of those quickly, yet it's too scary. But we're through level 8, and that's quite nice. Level 8 is just terrifying to me. I'll do a little pause. Sorry, Robbo?
You got through hell. You called
I
it
did,
hell.
indeed. If you've ever played the Super Nintendo version, that's level 10, and it's visually, it is... I played that game, and I got stuck on that level for about half an hour, and the visuals are just horrible. I don't know if you know, you know. It's a horrible level to look at. It kind of does some...
I don't know, I'm sorry.
It's not mode 7, but it kind of does like a squiggly... swirling effect across the screen. It is really just amazingly painful on the eyes. All in this like bright red hue. It's horrible. Level 9 is also quite a long level. So what I want to do here ideally is just keep pushing in, and in the name of the Father and the Son and into the Holy goes. Big jump here, another jump required to miss a platform that drops the gate. I'm going to just do this slightly more safer. We have to transition left, then immediately turn back right. I didn't actually go left far enough. Nor did I that time. Okay, my prince is in an odd position at the moment. The key thing is that I grab the wall rather than just fall down. You can skip that by getting, what you have to do is clip through the guard, back up to the gate, and then get him to stab you through the gate. It's a reasonably consistent trick, but you can get health upgrades in this game casually. I am not going to get any of them. So I've got three lives and a prayer. That's fine. Don't have to hit him just as long as I create a little room, because when you put your sword away, you can die in one hit. So you need to create a little bit of distance. Finally, a hole I can just fall down as well. That's nice. Nice little section here where we can trick a little slicey gate at the bottom. Going down that way was not intended, but it means that the gate doesn't start chomping on you. I'm going to play this a little careful. Again, when you get towards the end of a level... Ooh, don't stab me. Ah! Oh, God. Help! Bat-foul creature. Bat-foul creature. Oh, there we go. Okay, that wasn't scary in the slightest. He hit me more than once, which means I can't damage boost to get down here slightly quicker. But yeah, better to do it slowly and survive. Level 10, we have another skip coming up shortly. We have to activate this gate. Have a little guard that we have to just bypass. Please don't. Okay, I may actually, I'll allow this to reset. Dying is fine. There is an actual in-game mechanic to restart a level if something doesn't go entirely according to plan. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned yet, guard aggression is completely random. It's randomized right at the start of the game. So yeah, thanks for that, devs. Right, get in position, nose just poking, and we jump, and we grab, and we do a screen wrap. And we're all ready. That skips probably about a third of level 10 here. We have a guard here. This one, their difficulty as well is kind of based on colour. And as you may have noticed, we do have a parry mechanic. That gets incredibly unreliable. Thank you. He could have died a bit faster, but we will take that. We poke the tile, we quickly shimmy out of its way. You can actually avoid damage entirely there if you're very good at timing a crouch. As I said earlier, basically if you're in any kind of animation when you're taking damage, you won't take damage. Fall down, and what we want to do here is just scuttle up and poke him backwards, because we don't really want to kill this guy, because we can just push him back and go through the gate. Just get that, make sure I've got that jump. I may, in fact, I can actually try and demonstrate the damage cancel here. I just want to get in a better position. As I said, this game loves to store inputs. There we go. We actually skipped the damage. I do not get that often. I'm rather pleased with myself about that. This is deliberate because we have to open this gate, and literally every platform between us here and the gate there makes the gate fall down, so we have to go that way just to make sure that the gate can stay up. Somewhat nasty fight coming up here. I hope I do not take any damage. And there he goes. Okay. if the inputs work quick enough, I can avoid all damage there, but 1 damage is fine. Right, another boss fight. No real clever way to do this, I'm afraid. So here's one of the few people in this game that I have to kind of fight legitimately. And yes, they don't start advancing on you typically unless you advance on there, unless you back off, but he died quite quickly and nicely. Bonk the wall, grab the ledge. Do a little skiddling around, and we are on level 12, which is technically the last level of the game. It's at least the last full-blown level of the game. Lots of horrible platforming and many ways to die in this level. Mostly falling to your death. So we bait these spikes, then we have to do a run across, grab the ledge, and then have a bit of climbing. And we have this we bonked the wall there, but that's fine. Very scary jump section here. Lots of basically leaps of faith. Probably just overshot that slightly, but it's fine. Turn right, bump the panel, turn left, climb up. I'm going to do this a little slow and cowardly because this game absolutely loves to gobble up your inputs, and particularly when you're doing a screen transition. So I'm just going to do that the slightly safer method. More climbing. But you may see a sword up there. Yeah, that's a hint as what's going to happen shortly. Because I didn't even mention actually on level 4 as we jump through the mirror, a little like doppelganger jumps out of the reflection. Yeah, we've got to fight him next. Again, I'm going to try. I'm being very ginger here, releasing the. There we go. See if I can get the. I skipped the the hurt animation because if you get hit, it typically from a falling tile it costs you 4 seconds. But you can at least skip the 4-second animation, right? Boss fight time. It's our doppelganger. Flashing lights warnings, folks. I'm going to give you a second to transition away. This is a lot of flashing lights, so consider yourself warned. Flashing lights in 3, 2, 1. Flashing light warning over. You have to wait for the flashing lights to finish, by the way. Otherwise, these platforms do not appear. I have done that too quickly before. I have fallen to my death before. The platforms falling from the ceiling here, entirely random. If you get hit by them, that's a 4-second time loss. And we are coming up to the final boss of the game. It is Jafar, or Jeffrey, as I call him. So I'll just notice my cropping is slightly incorrect. I may actually... Bear with me, folks. I'm going to actually fix that on the fly. Because I've just noticed my Prince does not have a head. That is not good. Why does Prince not have a head? Let's... You're missing out on a lot of the... top of the screen action here. There we go. Sorry, I didn't notice that as the game was loading. Right, we're back. Right, I have a strategy to kill Jeffrey. I fall down. This doesn't work all the time, by the way. Go right once. Okay, that's fine. And into the hole he goes, and that is Jeffrey dead. He has a lot more health than me, so fighting him legit is not recommended, particularly when you only have 4 health now, because we've got a health bar back. And it'll be time. It is technically time the moment you kill Jafar, but we're coming up on timing in like 2 screen transitions here. And time as soon as I'm through here, and time. So we save the princess, and the mouse tries to get in on the action, and that is Prince of Persia, MS-DOS. When we beat the game, it does actually give you an in-game time. That is what gets recorded if you should ever decide to submit this. I'm going to guess that was about a 39:42. And that is how much time I had remaining off the initial 60 minutes. Let's have a look. Ah, 3 seconds off. That was not a bad guess at all. And yeah, surprisingly, only like 40 seconds off a PB as well, which is super nice. So, hello, FAST-ATHON. And that is Prince of Persia for MS-DOS. A very, very fun game. If you do want to attempt to speedrun this yourself, I would actually strongly recommend it. There is a bit of a steep learning curve, particularly with the controls and learning the levels, but once you have it, it's actually quite a lot of fun to play. I've been speedrunning this for about 2 months now, and this is by far and away one of the funnest games I've speedrun quite a while. So yes, definitely 100% recommend. But I've been Howling Mad Mike. You can find me on Twitch if you're lucky enough that I'm not either doing something or working. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take us, play us out, Robble.
Thank you, Mike. I certainly will. That was an excellent run, and it was a very, very pretty game to look at as well, I must say.
It is.
But yeah, we will.
It is a very, very nice looking game. Just do not play the sequel. Prince of Persia 2 is well worth avoiding.
Everybody avoid the sequel. This is the only one that exists. Notes have been taken. But yeah, we are going to go to a quick intermission, and we will be back with more runs. So in the meantime, everybody, if you've been here for a long time, take this opportunity to get up, stretch your legs, get a drink, get something to eat. And we will be back with more speedruns.